What Marxism and Socialism Did to My Family. Poetry by Kundan Chaba. Hey Karl Marx, are you happy now that I haven't seen my family in 20 years? You happy about the 7 million homeless children of the Soviet Union? What about the 40 million fires and bellies that burned so many Chinese bodies into gaunt skeletons? You wanted to abolish the family, right? Are you happy that new money and poor people fight each other while old money hold on to power? That's why you never called out the old money in your Communist Manifesto, right? That's why in Vietnam, for example, all those falsely labeled so-called revolutionaries left old money alone, while new money was completely stripped of their power. Because you yourself came from old money and even married into old money and was funded by all old money all your life, while you hypocritically invested in the stock market, spent most of it on sleeping around and getting an STD, while you were still married to poor Jenny, whom you manipulated all your life. Your manifesto was actually a psychological coup manual for old money to stay in power. Because of your imperialist legacy, my brothers and I are separated from each other in 4 different countries, and I wasn't even able to send much needed medicine to my dying dad. It didn't even get to him until 6 weeks after he left this earth. My mother in Myanmar wasn't even allowed to get a medical degree. Her brothers lost morale and any interest in education and turned to alcohol and drug addiction. The state also seized everyone's assets and businesses, including my grandfather's, and forced everyone to get even basic necessities such as food rationed from government-run grocery stores, basically almost starving people. What an irony, because we were once called the rice bowl of Asia. Even to this day, my own aunt is so traumatized, she gets so scared. Even when groceries are halfway gone, she immediately asks me to buy more. That's what they meant by equality. Because if everyone is equally poor and starving, then we're all equal, right? Yay, equality! How absurd. The same abusive legacy you enacted that caused not one but 2 of your daughters to end their own lives drove millions to immense unimaginable suffering. 1 is a tragedy, 2 is a pattern, an abusive pattern. This is your legacy, Marx. And you, my audience, be careful of charlatans who always promise free buses and free government-run grocery stores, because there are many ways for everything to be free and not always done in a kind way. For example, one way for everything to be free is through slavery. Because hey, if no one is getting paid, then all services can be free. Let me repeat that so it really sinks in. If no one is getting paid, then all services can be free. And if no farmers and manufacturers are getting paid, then even basic goods can be free too. That's how free works in UAE, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia, for example, at the expense of millions of essentially enslaved migrant workers. Stop being such a useful idiot. Pawn.